Okay, so last time I went to the lake, I read 3 thrillers, and it didn't exactly go in my favor. I ended up in a book slump. So let's hope I have better luck this time, because I'm going back to the lake, and I'm reading 3 more thrillers. Yeah, cross your fingers. Hi. Perfect, thank you. I'm like that kind of allergy sick that just happens when the seasons change, which I'm excited because I love fall. But again, I'm dying. I did finish a book though. I finished No Exit by Taylor Adams. I listened completely to the audiobook on the way here. Oh, this is about a woman who's stuck at a rest stop area because there's a storm, and she realizes that there's a kidnapped child in one of the vans because she sees it through the window. And it's kind of her trying to figure out how to save this little girl and what to do about it and everything. I would give it a 4. I would give it a solid 4 because 1, I did guess for the most part who was behind it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But we do find out kind of what's going on pretty quickly. The reason that I give it such a high rating is because I was in the car. Now, granted, I feel like what was going on around me could have played into this because I was in traffic, and it was scary traffic. It was like go fast and then stop traffic. Atlanta. But my anxiety when I was listening to this audiobook, probably from like 40% on, I was sweating. I was sweating in the car. It was cold. So it was definitely thrilling. It did what it was supposed to. So yeah, that one was a pretty solid one to start out with. But there was so much traffic that I did start a second audiobook. So now I don't even know how much through I am with this one, but this is The Last House on Needless Street. I think that's what it's called. I'll put it up here. It's actually, I'm really enjoying it so far. I was recommended this by a friend. From what I can tell right now, it seems like it's a missing child's case from like 11 years ago. And originally, one of the suspects was this guy who is now a father. I think he's like in his 30s. I tried to do the math. Like mid to late 30s or 40s. He's got a young daughter now, but him and his daughter both have mental conditions. And so originally people tried to, I don't want to say frame, but people wanted it to be him kind of. And so like they put it in the newspaper, like they put his picture, suspect's house searched. But I have no idea where it's going. Because as of right now, I'm thinking he didn't do it. But I really don't know where the plot's going. So I'm excited to see where that one goes. I am starting a new job on Tuesday. So I'm not gonna be here as long as I thought I was gonna be able to. So that means I have like the day to finish it and then tomorrow to finish a 3rd book. And we all know my reading speed. Not good. So we're gonna push through with this one. Gosh. Okay, that's all I have to say. Pieces together in the audiobook. Also, the audiobook is really good. Songbirds. Okay, so I kept going with the audiobook of The Last House on Needles Street, but oh my gosh. I even tried to read some of it on my Kindle. No. The audiobook was so good. This has never happened to me before, where I prefer the audiobook. But I mean, if I never started the audiobook, I know I would have been obsessed with the book anyways. 5 stars. Yeah, 5 stars. Shout out Paige. Thank you for recommending me this. 5 stars. So good. Oh, this is everything I wanted in a thriller. No notes. Oh my gosh. That's one of those books where I know it's gonna stay with me. I don't even have to wait and see. I know that one's gonna stick with me. And there was things that I had kind of guessed, and then it made me think that I was wrong about it, and then it came back around, but then made it so much more than I was expecting. Love. Okay. Okay, I'm leaving today, so I'm gonna try and finish as much as I can of The House Across the Lake. First impressions. 1, I want to go to Vermont now. 2, I don't trust Eli. And 3, it's irritating me that she literally says that she's poor, but she's staying in a multi-million-dollar house right now. So that's not adding up to me. But that's about it. I'm only 17% of the way through, so I definitely won't finish it today, but I'm gonna keep going. Obviously I'm back home, but I did finish The House Across the Lake. Please don't hate me. I gave it a 1 star. I'm gonna try my best to articulate why I gave it a 1 star, but hear me out. Because I've heard so many people absolutely rave about this book. I have personal friends that love this book. I'm sure it has great qualities for other people, so I still recommend giving it a try. So I'd love to know what you guys think about it in the comments. I made notes. To be honest, I made a lot of notes. I'm just gonna go through some of them and see if I can explain what I mean. I did like the ambiance though, I'll give it that. I liked the setting a lot. Okay. In case I didn't already do this, essentially, if you haven't heard already, The House Across the Lake is not Riley Sager's most recent release, but the one before that. And it is about a woman who can see into the house across the lake because it's one of those rich houses with all the windows. And so when the sun goes down and it's dark outside and it's light in the house, you can see inside. So she's snooping, being nosy, and from the small amount of context that she gets, she convinces herself that the guy across the lake kills his wife. She's missing, you don't know what's going on. That's the book. I felt like so many times in this book, the characters forget their motives. Like, I feel like they'll try to find solutions to things, or they'll do certain things. And in my head, I was kind of just like, but isn't this your end goal? Isn't that your end goal? So why are you doing that? That doesn't seem to line up with it to me. I don't know if I was just like going too far, because one of the things that I kind of got as a takeaway from this book is don't take it too seriously. Like, even the twist, I kind of knew that an element of this was coming, and I typically hate it. I still hated it. But I didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to, and that isn't even really why I gave this a 1 star. But the way that they played with that element did feel a little silly. But I don't necessarily hate that. You just gotta be in that mindset, I guess. So yeah, the character motivations, they just like didn't add up with their actions to me. So that was frustrating. I will say, I did really like Catherine's callback quote, kind of towards the end. Like the main character says something to her at the beginning and then she gets to say it back to her at the end. I liked that. There was a ton of reveals in this, I feel like. And I feel like I rolled my eyes at all of them. And it's not even, well, how do I explain this? It's almost like I hated it, but in a funny way. Like I hated it and it was frustrating me, but I was also laughing. I don't know if that makes it worse. The thing that really sold me on being so not cool with the way things worked out with this book, if you think about it, take the story, take what's happening, take out all of the things that were revealed that law enforcement doesn't know, and then given what they've seen and experienced, tell me who should have been arrested. I can't really make that clear without making it spoilery, but yeah, it just, the very, very end, like how things wrapped up, the epilogue, if you will. I don't know if it was an actual epilogue, but it gave epilogue vibes. And what gets me too, why I give it a 1 star, is because as I was reading it and I was finding things out, I was thinking of, I mean, this is subjective, but I was thinking of plot twists that I feel like would have made more sense. Yeah, that's really all I got. So this one is going on the theoretical shelf with Survive the Night and My Heart is a Chainsaw, because I'm racking up a big 1 star thriller list. And look, if you love this book, please don't take this personally, because it makes me so happy that you're able to read this in a different way than I am. I would have loved to love this book, but was not the case, unfortunately. But that's okay, because I did have a 5-star read. I feel like I was just about to say something else about The House Across the Lake and I don't remember what it is. Oh, I also went on Goodreads and I read some of the 1-star reviews, trying to see if anybody else was kind of feeling the same way. And I didn't really see any of that. All of the 1-star reviews were like complaining about the portrayal of the stereotype of women being alcoholics. I could be missing something. I really could be missing something, but I feel like that's not a gender specific trope or like stereotype. So I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that did not bother me in the slightest. So I personally really liked that the main character was flawed the way that she was. And I liked her internal dialogue, and I liked the messy things that she did. And it's just everything else. So I don't know, I really could be standing alone on this one, and that's okay. Maybe it wasn't the right time for me to read it either, but thanks for coming to the lake with me again. It was honestly such a fun time, and I feel like I have started to run out of books that are set at the lake, so I'll probably start to widen the scope a little bit more next time. But if you liked my little part 2, please let me know, and I'll see you next time. Oh my gosh, I'm getting shy. Why?